Stephen Prazak here with the Texas Death Club. Todd, Sexton, and Masada, the Wildside Tag Team Champs. Been trying to figure this one out. It was just 2 weeks ago, you had a matchup against the former tag champs, Jeremy V, Brandon P, the Carolina Connection. Why did you have to have the Urban Assault Squad interfere on your behalf?
We didn't have to. Actually, Masada field this question for me. Stupid. Whoa. Hey, how's it going, Murder One?
You know me, Todd. I don't hold my tongue for nobody, so I'm gonna tell you straight to your face. You a punk bitch. You disrespecting that belt. You not building no cred. You letting your own self down. You ain't nothing. I tell you this. Me and Slim, even with a banged up finger, we can take you. And I'm gonna tell you one more thing. You, my friend, are a pale comparison to what I am.
Yeah, Buster!
Back up, Chewbacca.
Pale comparisons? Dude, I'll show him some pale comparisons.
That's cool.
As the tank calls for the mic, I guess the numbers game is something concerning of Tank.
I told you last time we were here. This is supposed to be a six-man tag. You got 3 more guys out here. So if y'all want to play that way, 5-on-3, that ain't happening. Yeah, I can. So go ahead and play the music of the 2 guys that I recruited. Who's gonna watch our back? Come on out, guys.
Looks like Tank has plans to even out the numbers game here. And it is former Wildside Tag Team Champions, Jeremy V and Brandon P. Yes, things have gotten considerably more even. Wow, the matchmakers of NWA Wildside, I would have missed a trick. All of a sudden, it's now a 10-man tag. A big hug to JC North. Here at ringside, we're waiting for the Jeff Lewis sometime around. Boy, I tell you, seeing this tonnage in the ring and walking around on the outside, man, it's quite a jaw-dropping experience. And without a doubt, the most nervous man in the building right now is Al Getz. Time for a new pair of shorts, Al.
Well, how ironic is it, Steve, that the team of Iceberg, Tank, and Gordy are a team, a unit, a bond that came together due to their own independence. Their own respective friends and parties and associates had left them all high and dry. They were all without friends, and they all decided to make that their common bond. And tonight, they've recruited 2 more men who are willing to stand on their side against the numbers of Al Getz Enterprises, the former tag team champs in the Carolina Connection.
And there's Iceberg modeling the latest fashion tips from the streets of Paris, Texas. Boy, and Al Getz Enterprises are absolutely furious that Tank, Iceberg, and Ray Gordy have evened up the odds. Ooh, 10 men. I don't envy your task tonight, Dan.
It's going to be interesting.
Crowd sitting on the edge of their seat, waiting to see the unbridled violence we're about to witness here this week on Wildside.
But taking into account the heated rivalry between these 2 factions, especially Tank and Bulldog reigns, and that's where it really all started, I doubt there's going to be a whole hell of a lot of technical wrestling to call in this matchup, but who knows, they might prove me wrong as Tank's starting it out with a wrist lock.
Yeah, all these athletes are definitely capable of some surprises, but I think severe brutality, brute force, I think is the order of the day.
Irish whip there by the Bulldog. You got these 2 big bulls meeting in the ring, and neither one of them are going anywhere. Tank ducks a clothesline there. Is successful with a clothesline of his own. Make that 2.
And now Getz Enterprises needs a bit of a regrouping.
Drop toe hold there as Nemesis charges the ring. And the Iceberg is in. Wait a minute. Nemesis, thigh drop of doom to the back of the head.
Iceberg not the legal man, but so what? And Speedy Nelson was not going to tell him to get out.
Really, what does it matter? When you've got 10 guys in this, Speedy Nelson's not going to be able to control this.
Speedy Nelson, the man in the striped shirt, is here to count the 3 count. And I'm afraid that's all the power he's going to be wielding in this matchup. Best of luck, Speedy.
Tank with a backdrop driver on Nemesis. Arches him right on his head, Brandon Pete, to make the cover. But Nemesis manages to get a foot on the bottom rope. P now tries an Irish whip and his hand-out drop kick. That is successful. Tag made now into Jeremy V.
The other half of the Carolina Connection, the former Wildside Tag Team Champions. At one time, I suspect they will be the next Wildside Tag Team Champions. I'm sure they're gunning for those titles, but right now, the order of business is Al Getz Enterprises. And Shadow preventing Speedy from making a pin attempt.
And that's what I'm talking about with the rules, Steve. Shadow put his hands on an official. Technically, that is grounds for disqualification.
I think that rule book has been thrown out in the ditches behind the NWA arena so many months ago, you know?
I mean, the rules are the fiber of which the competition is based. They need to be enforced, and that's got to be addressed, Steve. It's got to be addressed.
Oh, dear. Looks like Iceberg just got his potatoes peeled thanks to a mule kick from Nemesis.
Unfazed, however, by the offensive attack of Shadow Jackson and that head of the Iceberg.
I see the Iceberg chorus is up tonight.
600-pound power slam from the Iceberg. Tag made into Ray Gordy.
You know, although Ray Gordy does not have quite the amount of mass that a couple of his teammates have here this evening, I think Ray Gordy might be the most powerful man in this 10-man matchup.
He is definitely pound for pound the most powerful. Former Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion. And how many times did you and I, growing up as wrestling fans, ever think we'd be mentioning the name Gordy and smallest guy in the match in the same sentence? But that actually is the factor here, and that is the case with Ray, who is more of a junior heavyweight competitor, but he's not going to be afraid to get in here and mix it up with the big guys of the likes of the Dobbins brothers.
For my taste, I wish we could mention the word Gordy that many more times in our commentary, if you don't mind. Boy, Jason Dobbins has got a handful of Gordy. Boy, that's a long way to drop.
Giant scoop and a slam from Jason Dobbins. Tad made into the older brother Chad, and he's older by about 10 seconds. Big suplex.
Chad thinks his work is done here this evening. I beg to differ. Maybe we should put some paper down on the floor. Have you noticed these quick tags that the Urban Assault Squad and the Dobbins and Bulldog Reigns are doing here? Almost Anderson-esque, but Ray Gordy fighting back. Still not enough. But to get a charging clothesline from Nemesis, stopping Ray Gordy in his path. I tell ya.
The dreaded back chop by Nemesis.
You know that can't feel good.
The most insulting and painful variety of chop in professional wrestling and on playgrounds across the country. Oh, good grief.
Brandon Peak is standing no more. In comes Tank. In comes Iceberg. Speedy Nelson, you have my sympathy, my friend.
Speedy's losing control of this one. Oh, Getz is having an aneurysm at ringside. Brandon P. out better not try to brawl with the Dobbins boys. Gordy rolls up Nemesis. He's got him. This one's over.
When things just got too unruly, that's when Ray Gordy took his opportunities. Ray Gordy took the ultimate opportunity, rolled up Nemesis,